Thank you to Water Wheel Little Horse for their generous donation on Patreon. If you'd like to join them in their generosity, the link to my Patreon page is in the description. Hello everyone! My name is Deckerlink, the Trained Unprofessional, and welcome back to Extracurricular Activities. On the last episode, we kind of set out the plan for seemingly the rest of the route, really, because if the trend holds true that the routes are 35 days long, which I believe is the case, because when I've ever heard Dine speak about the upcoming Richard route, he basically is just defaulted to saying 35 days of Richard. So I'm like, I hope to God you have enough content to fill those days, because there have been some days that just didn't deserve it. But you got 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. You got 5 more days of Spencer, and given the length of these episodes, that could be upwards of 15 episodes. I'm kidding. But we know that today, I don't know what the plan is for Wednesday. I believe there was something about work, I don't remember. Thursday we're picking up the tux. Friday we're going to the wedding. Saturday will probably be the fallout of that, and then you get the last day, which is the finale. So this is really the only day where we kind of just have an open field. So I'm curious to see what happens. But either way, we're not going to get there by speculating on it. We just got to go fucking do it. So let's fucking do it, eh? You woke up to the sound of Spencer's alarm blaring. His furry snoot was on your chest, and his arm was draped over your waist. During the night, he must have rolled over on you, since it wasn't how you fell asleep. There was no desire in you to wake him. You were comfortable and happy. But the alarm was going to drive you insane if it didn't stop soon. You ran your fingers through his soft fur and scratched behind his ears. Spencer. He nuzzled against you and hugged you close as he stirred, his back arched and his arms and legs stretched. But he just made himself back at home on top of you when he finished. You gonna turn off the alarm? Do I really have to? I guess you don't have to if you intend on skipping class. Let it do its thing. What's that? You're opting to skip class? If it means I get to stay here in bed with you, there's no harm in skipping a day. I can't believe what I'm hearing. Your ankle's getting better, and now is the time you decide you don't want to go to school? If you want me to get up and risk hurting myself again while I'm walking to school, I guess I'll go. A fucking mopey ass. He ran his finger around your stomach slowly and heaved the most pathetic sigh he could muster. I didn't say you have to go. You know I support you skipping class to keep you from walking too much. Immediately you could see his tail wagging around under the blanket. It also means I get extra time with you today. In that case, it looks like I'm staying home. I'll have no trouble making up whatever I miss. All my teachers are aware of my injury, so they won't hold it against me. I won't worry about you falling behind or getting in trouble then. Will it be okay with you skipping on Friday for your brother's wedding too? I didn't even think about that. Damn it, I guess I need to go today after all. He rolled off you and slapped his alarm clock to silence it. When I get home from class, it'll be just in time for practice. Yeah. You going again today, then? You're going again today, aren't you? Yeah. I'll do some more work with Dozer, most likely. And after practice, it'll be time for you to go to work. Yeah. He remained on his back with his paws folded against his chest. I guess I'll get up and get ready for class. Let me work your ankle first. Sit up on the edge of the bed and I'll do that for you. Sure. He was lazy about it, only turning to hang his legs off the bed while still lying on his back. You chuckled and slid past him, slipping down onto the floor to take his foot in your hands. You were slow to start with the stretching routine to gauge his reaction to any pain. How's it feeling today? Even better than yesterday. I think after today, I should be free from using the crutch as long as I don't push myself too hard. Didn't Dozer say Friday, though? He did. Maybe I wouldn't have needed it today or tomorrow if I had actually used it like I was supposed to yesterday. It's possible. I'll give you a hard time about that, though. You've been through enough of that already. You don't need me lecturing you more about it. Thank you. You rubbed and rolled and stretched his ankle, going through all the techniques Dozer showed you. Every so often you heard a pleased sigh or an approving growl from Spencer. After you were done with that, you didn't stop and started rubbing up his calf and towards his thigh. You knew you didn't have long before you had to let him get ready for class, but you wanted to make him feel as good as possible before you left. From where you were sitting on the floor, you had a clear view to see that he was already feeling great. His underwear fit snugly against his body, and the outline of a boner was clearly visible to you. You squeezed up his leg and took a detour with your hands to tease his... Okay. Man. Can't have just one nice moment. Just gotta always... Swear to God, if the Richard rep just turns out to be just like... everything the fans have decried just because Dine's bitter about having to do it. That'd be hilarious. They made him jump and sit up abruptly. You couldn't keep your hands away, could you? Not when I see such a tempting treat so close to me, it's hard to resist. You didn't push your hand away as you... Okay! It's cool to tease me before I go to class, you know. Tell me about it. I'll be here alone, and all I can do is think about what I could be doing if you didn't have class. And in my mind, I'll be wandering while I'm in class, thinking about what I could be doing if I stayed here with you. It'll give you ideas for later. It'll have to be way later since my day is packed. As usual. You furrowed his brows and sighed. You inched closer and rested your cheek against his inner thigh while looking up at him. What's wrong? Just thinking about how much I have to do today is all. Busy guy. Thank you for helping me with my ankle, by the way. It always feels better when you do that. Of course, Spence. I'm happy I can do something to help. He held you by your cheeks and doubled over to kiss your forehead. I suppose I should get dressed and get going. Want me to make you some toast before you go? You should eat something. Make a couple of pieces and make it a sandwich of butter and jelly. I can eat it while I walk. I can do that. I'll go get it handled. Thank you. As Spencer got ready for class, she went to prepare his breakfast before sending him off. Phew. I think that's as clean as things are gonna get with Spencer's fur. If I keep up with vacuuming at least once a week, I should be able to get the damage to a minimum. Now that I'm done cleaning, it should be nearly time for lunch. Pulled out your phone to check the time, and you saw you had a few text messages from Spencer. Huh. Not like him to text me during class. Do you want to come and have lunch with me? That's all. At least it isn't something serious. Just let me know soon. I'll be going around the same time as normal. If you don't want to, it's cool. I'll go by myself. Yeah, hold up. Yeah, I fucking, almost skipped past it. Oh no. They weren't all set at once either. I should let him know I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there. Just finished cleaning, so I'll get dressed and head there soon. Okay. I should get going so he doesn't have to wait. Right on time. Ooh, look at your blue. I like the blue. Right on time. Spencer's class isn't let out yet, and he's still in there. I'll carry his backpack for him to relieve some of the strain. You leaned against the wall and waited until people began filing out of the room. Once the crowd was through, you stepped into the classroom. Hey there. Adam, why are you here? Figured I'd meet you here so I could carry your books for you. You ready to go get lunch? I am. I'm really happy you came here. I feel so special right now. You are special. You put your hand on his head and scratched your fingers through his fur, and his tail went to wagging left and right. Giggling from across the room caught your attention, and you noticed a few students huddled around, watching. Let's go get that food, yeah? Uh-huh. grabbed his bag, helped him to his feet, and left for the cafeteria with your cheerful boyfriend at your side. Like the day prior, you made Spencer sit, this time without protest, and you picked up the food before joining him. Thank you, Adam. Of course, Spence. And thank you for joining me. I'm happy to get a little extra time with you today. I was thinking about coming to join you regardless, so it all worked out perfectly. Oh, what were you doing before coming here? Cleaning. Yeah, your hair has been mostly cleaned up, so I just have to keep up with it going forward. Shouldn't have to worry about getting any on your suit until you put it on. I'll make sure you get a really thorough brushing, too, so I can get as much of your loose fur off as I can. You'll do that for me? Yeah! Gotta make sure you look your absolute best. That's not saying you don't always look good. You know, I think you're a stud. I know what you're saying, and I'm looking forward to that full body brushing now. I'll give you one tonight and one tomorrow to make sure I can get everything covered. That sounds wonderful. Which I was thinking about work tonight. I think I'm only going to go in for a couple hours. I'll do a quick check of the books, make sure everything's in order, and then head out. Will Charlie be okay with that? Yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine with it. As long as the business is running smoothly, there shouldn't be a problem, especially since he chided me for wanting to come in at all. In that case, would you mind if I tagged along? I wouldn't mind going out for a bit. Of course I don't mind. I'll only be there for a little bit, so I won't have to worry about you getting bored. I'll send Charlie a message and let him know what I plan on doing. We can clean up after practice and then head that direction. Sounds like a good idea to me. What made you decide on wanting to do that? I just figured it was a good idea is all. Why risk hurting myself more and prolonging me getting back out there? I'm glad you finally seem to have accepted that. I'm working on it. He looked like he was lost in thought after saying that, and his eyes wandered away while he ate. What do you want to do with that extra time you'll have then? I bet you don't even know what to do with yourself when you have free time. Part of it will be spent with you brushing me. I'm not going to spend all night brushing you. No, why not? Don't even, or I won't brush you at all. What's something you haven't done in a while because you're always so busy? Do you have some kind of hobby or anything like that you can do at home? There's playing games with you. While I enjoy that too, but what about something for just you? What would I do in my free time? Do you keep yourself so busy to the point that you don't have some kind of hobby to go home and wind yourself down with? He struggled to think of something, but he ended with an exasperated sigh. I can't think of anything. Dude, I feel ya. Like, it feels like, for the most part, I'm either doing this or I'm just mindlessly watching the same videos I've watched 1,000 times. Like, or I'm doing housework, or I'm doing whatever daily tasks I need to get done, or a mobile game on my phone, obviously, as it's a mobile game, or mindlessly watching. Like, it's not... Those aren't hobbies. That's just ways to pass the time, I guess. I guess we're gonna have to find you a hobby for whenever you have free time. You say that like it's gonna be a common thing for me. Who knows? Maybe you'll find that you have more time to yourself than you realized. Can't I just spend that time with you? If you really want, we can do something. What kind of stuff can we do together? The obvious thing is have sex. Okay, Darius. If I'm being honest with you, with that little time I get to wind down at home, I use that time to crank one out. Really? That's all you do with your downtime? My time at home is spent doing homework or studying. I rarely have time for myself. I do what I can when I can. Why do you think my place is such a huge mess before you got there? Finding time to clean is difficult. I guess that makes sense. What else can we do, though? What, sex isn't appealing enough? Oh no, it is. I was just wondering what else we could do. Well, if you don't want to play games, and you're not going to spend the whole night brushing me, we can go stargazing again. It's been a few weeks since we did that in the park. There's enough grass right outside the apartment for us to put a blanket down and chill. We could just hop over the patio wall and sprawl out right there. That sounds like a great idea, actually. Really liked doing that with you last time. Yeah? Yeah! As long as we have clear skies, that's what we'll do. We still need to find something for you to do on your own if I'm not around, though. There is something I started a while back, but I never got to pursue it too far. I think the stuff is in one of the boxes we moved from your room. Really? What is it? I promise you won't tease me over it. It's not something sexual, is it? Do you like dressing up in women's lingerie and dancing around the house pretending you're Madame Esperanza? I mean, I won't judge you if you do, but no, that's not it. And that's oddly specific. It's cross-stitching. Oh! That's like sewing, right? Not quite. You use a needle and thread to make designs on a special type of fabric. So, sewing. I'm sorry. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, though. Fun fact, I used to ring crochet. I actually, for the longest time, I don't know if it's still around here or not, though. I feel like we might have gotten rid of it, which is understandable since I hadn't done it in a long time. But I had this thing where if you don't know what a ring crochet is, it's just like, it's a plastic ring with like pegs all around it, and you just crochet around it, and you can make socks, you can make blankets, and all kinds of doilies. And what I was doing was basically making a long ass tube, and I had started it when I was a lot younger, and every time I wanted to add a ball of yarn, for a while I was trying to add a ball of yarn for every new place I lived, but then I couldn't keep finding yarn everywhere I went, and I started doing it less and less, so the ball of yarn kept getting bigger, but the crochet never actually happened. And so yeah, that probably wound up somewhere. I don't know where it is, if it is here anymore, but it was an interesting time. But yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, though. That actually sounds pretty awesome. Knowing you, it's something you're probably already really good at. Well, it's an easy craft, and there's all sorts of patterns you can follow. I have a starter kit somewhere, so maybe I'll fish it out and try that again. You should. We can get the same kind of kits and race to see who can finish faster and whose looks better. Are you sure you want to compete with me at something else? It could be something else that I'm better than you at. Just let him have a thing without turning into a competition. Jesus Christ, this is supposed to be something to wind down with. I won't turn down a challenge that'll help keep you in your place. You seem to forget that I'm still the reigning champion at Kerbo, and I'm actually competent in the kitchen. Instead of cross-stitching, maybe I should practice cooking instead then. It's only a matter of time before I take you down in Kerbo. You barely beat me last time. Barely is still victory for me. Practice cooking isn't a bad idea either. We could bake cookies or something together. I bet it'd be fun. Then it sounds like we have a few ideas to play with. It could be a lot of fun. Yeah, I think so too. Unfortunately, I need to get to my next class now. Oh yeah, it's that time already. Let me put our trays away and I'll follow you to your class with your bag. I'd appreciate that. You gathered your lunch trays and carried them away, and then returned to Spencer to help him to his class. You sure you're okay to do this? Don't worry, Dozer will be keeping an eye on me and helping me out. You focus on beating Chester in your match today and leave me to Dozer. Please be careful and don't push yourself too hard, okay? I promise I won't. I'll be sure to take care of him, madam. I've dealt with plenty of people like him before. What do you mean by that? Ones who are too eager to get back into top condition as quickly as possible without regarding the proper way to do so. And only making things worse, and only making things worse. If he tries to go too far, I'll bench him, and he won't move from that bench until practice is over. I'm in charge of this, and you'll follow my instructions. Understood, Spencer? Yes, I understand. His fucking face. Good. Come on, then. Good luck, Spence. Spencer trudged off, but you caught sight of his tail wagging as he walked past you. Wonder what's got his tail wagging like that. Looked a little flustered at Dozer's command. Dude, he's a fucking sub. We've established this. Unless... I'll ask him later. Don't worry, he's in good hands. Those will take good care of him. Someone fucking commented that fucking Chester's voice sounds like someone from fucking Big Mouth. You listen here, motherfucker. I will not be compared to that fucking travesty of an excuse of a show. That show is one of the worst fucking shows that I have had I haven't even seen a fucking episode of it. It looks disgusting. It's animated child pornography. It has no excuse for being extended as long as it has. And quite frankly, anything associated between that show and anything to do with my life needs to be eliminated. So just because of that, I consider changing Chester's voice. Alright? I will not be compared to that piece of shit show. That show should be fucking outlawed. It's disgusting. Fuck. I'm not like the person who commented that. I'm not coming at you. I just hate that comparison. I know, I'm more worried about Spencer trying to push himself too far. If he does, Dozer's not joking about benching him. When he wants, he can have a really commanding presence. Alright then. I'll leave it all up to him then. I hope you're ready to play against me now. Oh yeah! I'm gonna give you a run for your money, so you better not underestimate me. Let's get the match started then, and we'll see what you got. Match. Throughout your matchup with Chester, you found yourself watching Spencer and Dozer, unable to fully focus on your match. You still came out on top of your match. Oh, why, way to fucking shit on Chester. But it was only by a stroke of luck that your last shot clipped over the net to give you a victory on set 3. Set 3. What the fuck? Damn, I was so close! You almost had me. I bet you thought I was gonna be an easy win, didn't you? I wouldn't say an easy win. But you still underestimated me. Maybe a little. Guess you'll pay more attention next time. You know that means I'll just beat you by a larger margin, right? I went easy on you because I knew you were distracted. I won't do that again. Uh-huh. In that case, I'll make sure you get my full attention. I'd better. Let's go check on our boyfriends now. Dozer's talking with Coach, and Spencer's somewhere. Looks like he's sitting in his car. And Darius is in there with him. Better go now and make sure he's not trying to make a move on him. I'll crack him upside the head with my racket if he is. He walked over to the passenger side of Spencer's car and leaned into the open window. For a minute, I thought you were going to lose to the bull. Yeah, what's the big idea you playing so poorly? You can do better than what I saw. Oh, I'm sorry that I was concerned for the well-being of my boyfriend who nearly broke his ankle recently. I was in capable hands, so you had nothing to worry about. Yeah, he was in really capable hands. Those that took good care of him. Don't go there, Darius. But shouldn't you tell him? Tell me what? Just how capable those hands are. Get out of the car, Darius. Can I stick around for the reaction? No! Go away! So rude, and here I was just keeping you company. I guess I'll see you guys again in a little bit. Going to spend the night with Bandit? I might as well. I got nothing else to do, so I can always keep you company while Spencer does his boring stuff. Maybe Bandit will treat us to a private show while we're there. My treat if you want to join me. I don't know about that. Think about it. You should encourage him to support your co-worker, Spence. Adam can make his own decisions. You hear that? He's basically endorsing it. I don't think about it, okay? That's all I'm asking for. See you guys later. See ya. Let me go make sure we're good to go with Coach. I'll be back in a minute. Alright. You talked to Coach Grifter for a few minutes, and practice was dismissed for the day. After a short talk, you joined Spencer in his car and left for home. The fuck are they talking about? Guess Charlie was okay with you coming in for only a couple hours? Yeah, he said he would rather me do that instead of anything else. It won't take me long to handle the work, so you won't have to wait too long. I'll have Dozer and Darius and Bam to keep me company. All the more reason for me to get my work done as quickly as possible. I don't want you to suffer while you're there. I'll be fine. Okay, time for a shower. You might as well strip now since you're joining me. No sense in wasting time and water by taking separate showers. You say that like I wasn't planning on joining you anyway. Here's a blast from the past. I haven't used this in a bit. This is the sensor bar that Paul, dev of Wool Starsons in Paradise, made for me. It's very cute. I love it. The only downside is you can't see any of the text box. So, oh well. Shall we? Let's. It does protect against the sliding in and off screen thing, though. So I do appreciate that. You started the shower, and Spencer draped his naked self over you from behind while you... Again with the draping. Oh, Jesus. While you waited for the water to heat up. How's your ankle holding up? Oh, what the hell? Oh, fucking... Okay, I hate that fucking Snapchat will fucking just light up the whole screen. I keep thinking I'm getting a phone call. It's doing fine. Those wasn't too hard on you, right? Nah, he wasn't in that regard. He's way more strict and commanding than I would have expected from him, though. I kind of got the feeling that when he told you he was the one in charge. The water was hot, so you stepped in with Spencer facing you. You didn't seem to mind either. What do you mean? You got all flustered, and your tail was wagging as you followed him away. You didn't even try to hide it. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize that at the time. Why are you apologizing? I'm not mad about it. Not yet, you aren't. Not yet? You remember Darius mentioning Dozer's capable hands? Yeah. At one point, Dozer had me on my back while he was stretching my ankle and leg. I spaced out because it felt so good, and take his big, strong hands and mix it with that dominant attitude he had, and, well... Oh. Same thing that happened this morning while you were rubbing my legs. It wasn't as obvious, but it was enough for him and Darius to notice. Dozer was really professional about it, telling me it was probably better that I sit up. When I saw his face was flushed and he was looking off to the side, I realized what happened. I was so mortified. He said it wasn't uncommon for it to happen, but I still felt so ashamed. It just happened. I swear I have no control over it sometimes, and it's so irritating. Please don't be mad at me for all this. We got I'm not mad, or let's not talk about... Dude, it's an involuntary thing. It's not like he fucking tried to fuck Dozer or anything. Like, it happens, alright? It may not be as understandable for those who have not had to deal with involuntary boners, but there are comparable things. No matter your set of genitalia, there are just some times where it fucking happens, and it just happens. Like, it's not a conscious decision. That was not a good position to get in. Okay, I gotta move around. Sorry, my back is just not my friend. But no, yeah, it just fucking happens. Sometimes when you mean to, sometimes when you don't. Sometimes you'll be doing the most random shit, and then it just fucking happens. So, it's whatever. Don't get mad about it. Why would I be mad, Spence? Those were just helping you with your injury, and it had an unintended side effect on you. It'd be really silly. It'd be kind of silly if I got mad at you for that. It's not like you let him play with your boner or asked for him to talk to you like that. Still feel guilty. Spencer, you're a stripper. How is this any different than if you got a boner at work? Dozer's our friend, so it's totally different. I suppose, but it's nothing to feel guilty about. I know you, and I know that just because your dick got a little hard, it doesn't mean you're interested. I don't want you to feel guilty about something like that, okay? His tail was wagging slowly, and he nodded. Okay. You really aren't mad? Not even in the slightest. You rubbed his snoot, and he leaned into your hand with a happy sigh. You're my horny puppy, and I love you. I'm not a puppy, but I love you too. It's kind of cute that you're so flustered over this. You wag your junk around in front of people on a stage to make money. I told you, that's different. I can understand what you mean, but I still find it amusing. Now, how about we get cleaned up so we can get you to work? Turn around and I'll handle you back. We'll make it snappy so we have more time to spend together tonight. You gave his wet... Okay. You gave him a tug and squeezed it a few times. We won't make it there if you start teasing me now. I'm just giving you something to look forward to later. Why don't you think about what I can do for you and I'll take care of you tonight. You took care of me yesterday, though. And I will again tonight if you want. I'll do anything you want, even. Anything I want? Anything. I have something in mind, then. You gonna tell me what it is, or make me wait? You'll find out later. Now, get to work. We've wasted enough time. It's gonna drive me crazy trying to figure out what you want. Good. With soapy hands, you got to work, making sure there was no shortage of teasing through the duration of your shower.